the heart of a remote Philippine village, nestled among the lush greenery and whispering winds, there was a legend that sent shivers down the spines of its inhabitants, the Aswang. This shape-shifting creature was known to prey on the unsuspecting, transforming into various forms, from a beautiful woman to a fearsome dog, all while hiding in plain sight during the day. It was a humid night when the village felt an unsettling shift in the air. The moon hung low, casting eerie shadows that danced across the ground. Maria, a young woman who had recently moved to the village, had heard the tales of the Aswang, but dismissed them as mere folklore. However, as she lay in her bed, the sounds of the night began to change. A strange rustling echoed from beneath her wooden house, a behecubo, raised on stilts. At first, she thought it was just the wind, but the sound grew louder, accompanied by a low, guttural panting. Curiosity piqued, Maria crept to the edge of her bed and peered through the cracks in the floor. What she saw sent her heart racing, a pair of glowing red eyes staring back at her from the darkness. Terrified, Maria stumbled back, her breath quickening. The eyes belonged to a creature that was neither fully dog nor human, its form shifting in the shadows. Remembering the stories her grandmother told her, she recalled that Aswangs were particularly drawn to pregnant women, seeking to feed on their unborn children. Maria's heart sank as she realized she was expecting. In a panic, she rushed to her husband, Juan, who was fast asleep. She shook him awake, her voice trembling as she recounted what she had seen. Juan, though skeptical, grabbed a flashlight and a machete, determined to confront whatever lurked beneath their home. As they stepped outside, the night air was thick with tension. The rustling had stopped, and an eerie silence enveloped them. Suddenly, a shadow darted from the corner of their eye. Juan swung the flashlight, illuminating a dark figure that resembled a large dog, but with elongated limbs and a grotesque face. Without hesitation, the creature bolted into the night, its claws scraping against the earth. Juan and Maria chased after it, their hearts pounding. They followed the creature into the dense forest, where the trees loomed like ancient sentinels. As they ran, Maria felt a strange connection to the creature, a sense of sorrow mixed with fear. She remembered her grandmother's words, "The Aswang is not just a monster, it is a reflection of our fears and our struggles." Finally, they cornered the creature near a cliff. It turned to face them, and in that moment, Maria saw not just a monster, but a being burdened by its own existence. The Aswang let out a mournful howl, echoing through the night, and in that sound, Maria felt the weight of its loneliness. In a moment of clarity, Maria stepped forward, her heart full of compassion. "You don't have to be this way," she whispered, her voice steady despite the fear coursing through her veins. "You can choose to leave this life behind." The creature paused, its eyes softening as it regarded her. For a brief moment, the air was thick with understanding. Then, with a final glance, the Aswang turned and vanished into the shadows, leaving behind only the rustling leaves and the lingering scent of earth. From that night on, the village spoke of Maria not just as a survivor, but as a beacon of hope. The tales of the Aswang transformed, becoming stories of redemption and compassion. Maria's encounter became a legend of its own, teaching the villagers that even the darkest creatures could find light if given a chance. As the years passed, Maria often reflected on that night. The Aswang was no longer just a monster to fear. It was a reminder of the complexities of life, of the battles we all face, and the choices we make. The legend of the Aswang lived on, but now it was intertwined with a story of understanding, compassion, and the enduring strength of the human spirit.